tonight. From FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports?
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field.
And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
The numbers on the ground for Gibson a week ago.
24 carries, 107 yards.
And when I watch them operate, I see a unit that's playing with extreme confidence. Offensive line, tight ends, wide receivers. You see a group that wants their number 8 rusher in the league end up being in the top 5 before it's over.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he has another 1st down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 35.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Back to the ground with Gibson.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
Stopped short of the 25. The second effort couldn't free him. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Down to the 25. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good.
And it's 3-0 Washington.
opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
So here come the Eagles for their initial possession of the game. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
First carry for the former Tar Heel, Michael Carter.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
They'll run for the first time with Kenneth Gainwell.
He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45.
I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press?
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Eagles.
Quez Watkins.
His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles have taken the lead. His first career touchdown pass, and you know, it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out and start the drive at the 25. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
A give running right, Gibson.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Looking to throw.
He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 29-yard line.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll start on the ground. Carter.
And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. There's what Carter did in last week's effort. 16 carries, 67 yards, and a touchdown.
And to me, the goal is the exact same thing as last week. Get him the ball early and often. I think he's got another big game in him in this one.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. James. And this is caught by Watkins.
A good throw there, and this is a quarterback who's still just getting his feet wet, obviously. And by most accounts, last week played okay in the victory. But I want to know, Charles, what was your impression of his play last week?
Brandon, I think a lot of teams will be happy with okay, and early on, it's less about how many touchdowns did he throw, but did he not throw interceptions? Did he handle adversity? Did he handle the huddle? Those types of things, that's what people are looking for.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
A handoff for Carter.
Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
And the defense will spread the field. A dime package here on 3rd and 12.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Cameron Curl. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown.
Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And he puts this one through as the lead moves to 13-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Taken at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look.
And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh? Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
On first down, it's Carter. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
And just a yard to go here on second down.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured up to the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Off play action. James. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line.
And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively.
And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to hit 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And that is incomplete.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
Offense set to begin their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
James on 1st and 10. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. James. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
They go play action here on 1st down.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that will be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here is Washington now to take over. They've got the lead right now. You remember last week they defeated the Carolina Panthers here. Good momentum.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Gibson here running out of the gun.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now.
Washington on 3rd down.
They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Gets around him. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the gun, James drops this one down to Gainwell. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, James.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, a pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got a man. It's Brown. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard.
Here's a give to Gibson.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. It's Gibson. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory.
44 yards on the ground for him so far.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there. I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive they went 3 and out.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Brown.
7 yards, the pickup there. Here's Gibson on the read option.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
And this one nearly intercepted. Oh, that's a ball he thinks he should have had. Instead, maybe a chance for the offense to get 3 out of it after all. 4th down. They'll go. It's Gibson.
Oh, and I think he went backward. He did.
Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out.
And the Eagles defense able to hold. Here's James throwing on 1st down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. James now on 1st down.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd. Back to throw again.
Quick slant here to Smith. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Now James on 1st and 10, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. To throw is James. Looking to throw on 2nd down. And he fires one incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
James from the gun on 3rd down. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Second and 9 now. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Yeah, the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. James.
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
Oh, twisting away.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. They'll throw now on the final play. And he will find his man on the outside.
So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Washington football team on top.
As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, Time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Derrick Henry, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, we're off to check out another game, and it was the visiting Dolphins who were able to get the victory. Tua Tagovailoa, 2 touchdown passes as his guys make amends for the setback in Week 1. And finally, Monday Night Football. They've got a good one lined up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast teams of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. Here's James to throw on second down. And he rifles one incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Trying to go back to Watkins. And that'll make it 3rd down. And that's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Agnew now to return. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
First possession of the second half now for Washington. They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now back to throw. And he's got his big tight end here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
He's going to drop this one down to Gibson.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
The coverage unit out there thinking pass on 3rd and 3.
He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
James now looking to throw on second down. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down.
They'll run with Carter.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done.
And the Washington offense heading out.
And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Here's Gibson to start the drive. 60 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Working with his 2nd and 4. They'll go again with Gibson.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. They'll set up to throw. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake. James under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Chase Young, his 2nd sack of the night.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
2nd and 16.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Now James on third down. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
To throw is James. Throwing on first down.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Back to throw. James. Eluding the pressure right.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. James. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Being chased out left. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Well, he was looking at a dime formation, 6 defensive backs on the field, so he's looking for anyone to throw the football to, but he didn't have anyone open, so he took off and ran for it, but he came up just short, and that brings up 4th down.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that's going to tie us at 13. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. Let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Right back to Brown. This time he's got it. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Washington going to send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And it's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Back to throw. James.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. James from the gun on third down.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
The Eagles send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. On the return, here's Agnew. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47.
And here we go on the next drive for Washington.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Second and 3.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, Gibson. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. It's complete to Brown, right side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 23. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 19 on the last play, 19 more here, and another first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Gibson.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Gibson again.
They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. This Eagle defense, they won't give in without a fight. This is 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run with Gibson.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
And I don't think there should be much of a discussion here, but you know how I am. You kick the football, you take the lead. How bold do you want to be in this situation, though?
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And this one is right through. And with that, they will move out in front by 3.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Here's James on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. James now to throw on second down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Let's see who this is on. So pass interference, the call there. Always, obviously, Charles, such a subjective call. You agree with the penalty?
Well, from where we're standing right now, I think the officials are tightening things up here in the second half. Maybe a defender gets away with that in the first, but this time the flag comes out, and I think it's a good call.
Now James on 1st and 10. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 19.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Here's a give to Carter. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. We've seen this a few times in this game. That offensive line just, I don't know if you want to call it out physical, out tough, whatever you want to use.
And what people do when that is happening, when they're getting dominated that way, they spread things out a little bit, make it more of a space game, and allow your skill position players to make a few plays out in open field. Take away the physical element, gives you a chance.
To throw is James. Looking to throw on second down. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Defense.
So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So the face mask moves him closer, and now 1st and goal. Escape under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. A big loss there of about 7 yards on 1st and goal, so now it's second down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, he's a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it, yeah.
See what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Looking to throw. James. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Watkins. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick here is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
2nd and 13. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw.
Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taken in at the 22. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter.
James throwing on 1st down. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
I like what I'm seeing. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last complete.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down.
Montez Sweat in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. The throw over the middle, taken in.
And he'll be taken down after a gain of about 8, as that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Here's James to throw on 3rd down. This is Smith with a grab.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
From the gun, James. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Chase Young.
In there to get him yet again. That is his third sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
On third down, here's Carter.
And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
Second and 4. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
They're going to look to throw.
He's got McLaurin, and they will get the conversion on 3rd down, but the clock, a more pressing factor. Gets this to Gibson.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25.
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it, because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses, because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Operating from the gun, James. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. From the gun, James. Complete. Smith has it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This is a big spot for a rookie QB, and overtime's kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is, and we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing this at such a high level so early. But overtime, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
Yeah, starting to put together a nice drive. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
They'll look to throw again. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle.
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington 16.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. An absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans screaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, Davis.
I kind of figured that was coming.
So for Philadelphia, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys.
Meanwhile, for Washington,
they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.